But so you ask a great question. What percentage of universities? So I think a question is what percentage of the people believe are caught in the orbit of the ideology? We don't really know the answer to that question because they've been so successful at creating a culture of fear that people won't honestly admit if they believe these truly deranged propositions. So we don't really know, but we know from whether or not there are offices of diversity, equity, and inclusion, which are virtually every university, if not everyone, maybe not Hillsdale, Liberty, the conservative. We know that there are bias response teams at over 150 universities, 250 universities where you can, and that's from Julian Melcher in the Wall Street Journal, published that a few years ago. It's been updated, where people can, students or anyone can file a report that is lodged with the police if they even, basically for thought crimes. So our universities are experiencing ideological capture. And this has been the base of my disagreement with Tim. The base of my disagreement with Tim is that this is the nucleation point. This is the point that from which it all erupts. And what we haven't talked about at all, but I probably should mention because it's so important for context, is that I can't, all my publications, et cetera, or someone, let me take it off myself. Someone who has a lot of publications, research, go to Google Scholar, teaching, over quarter century of teaching, et cetera, et cetera. Somebody like that can't just go into the public schools and start teaching. You need a teaching certificate. All of the colleges of education that grant teaching certificates, literally all of them are woke. They're predicated on Paulo Freire's Pedagogy of the Press. James Lindsay, guest of your show, your friend, also talks about this pretty extensively. This is a woke indoctrination mill for teachers in K through 12 systems, and we get this madness.
So I think I disagree with you. I think you're wrong.
Okay.
What we saw with what was his name? Nick Christakis, was that his name?
Yeah. Nicholas Christakis. Yeah.
Nicholas Christakis.
Princeton.
The students.
Oh no, Yale. Sorry.
Freshman students already had this ideology within them.
Right.
They brought it to the universities.
Correct.
And the universities said the customer is always right, and then recycled back to them what they were demanding.
Right. So you're actually making my point, unless I'm not understanding.
You're not understanding.
Okay.
These 16-year-olds are on Facebook. They're 10 years old. They get a Facebook account. They're not supposed to, but they do.
Yeah.
They see nothing but this weird algorithmic garbage. They enter the university and they demand these changes, and the schools say yes because you pay our bills.
But you're saying people from the university gatekeep who gets to teach at the elementary school.
Yeah, we're not disagreeing. We're not disagreeing.
My point was the universities.
That's what I'm. So
right. What I'm saying is the universities did not originate this. There's elements of the ideology that obviously you can trace back to academia. What I'm saying is the universities have these things within them because young people were manipulated, brought it to the universities, and demanded it.
Okay, so if the causal explanation for this is solely algorithmic manipulation, then how is it, given that you yourself have said there are an awful lot of ideologies, then how is it that what an utterly remarkable coincidence that it's the ideology taught in universities and it's the same one that the ideology pushes? That's way too much of a coincidence.
When did it become, when did we start seeing these protests, this uproar, the far left extremists? It's been over the past 10 years. It has quite literally been since LexisNexis data points out the emergence of social media around the world created an expansion of this ideology.
It seems like you both have a touch of my side bias because you're a student of the internet, Tim, and you're a student of the academia, it seems, and you're both right. It's a confluence of events. It's happening online.
I'm not disagreeing with him. He's disagreeing with me, which is totally 100% fine.
What I'm saying is the algorithms amplified our mental, our worldview. At the same time as we started seeing the emergence of the far left stuff, we also saw an expansion of white nationalism.
I got it. Critical pedagogy started before social media. So
yes.
Critical pedagogy was the precursor to that. Those people got social media, Alyssa, all these people, they are in a sense, they actually are, everybody wants to be a victim. This is John Haidt says a victim culture. It is a victim culture, but they are actually victims. They're epistemic victims of a deranged ideology.